You claim you do not have time to build wealth-generating habits, but you have time to scroll social media for 2 hours daily, watch television for 4 hours nightly, and complain about your financial situation for years. The average person wastes over 21 hours per week on activities that make them poorer, less healthy, and more frustrated. Meanwhile, millionaires invest less than 10 hours per week on habits that compound into extraordinary results. Time is not your problem. Priority confusion is your problem. You have the same 24 hours as every billionaire who ever lived. The difference is how you choose to invest those hours. 96% of millionaires have one habit in common that broke people avoid like poison. They wake up before 7 in the morning. Not because they love sunrise, but because they understand something most people never learn. Success is not about one big breakthrough. Success is about small actions repeated daily until they become automatic. Let me tell you about a penny, just one penny. If you could double that penny every single day for 31 days, how much money do you think you would have? Most people guess a few $100s, maybe $1,000. The answer will shock you. You would have over $10 million. $10 million. $737,418.24 to be exact. This is the power of compound growth. This is the power of habits. Every single habit you build today is either making you rich or keeping you poor. Every single habit you build today is either making you successful or keeping you average. There is no neutral ground. But here is what happens to most people. They try to build habits and fail within a week. They try to change everything at once. They try to become perfect overnight. They set impossible goals, and when they miss one day, they quit completely. Sound familiar? This happens because most people do not understand how their brain works. Your brain has one job: keep you alive with the least amount of energy possible. Your brain is not designed to make you successful. Your brain is not designed to make you wealthy. Your brain is designed for efficiency, not excellence. When you try to do something new, something difficult, something that requires effort, your brain fights you. It wants you to go back to what is easy, what is comfortable, what you have always done. This is why changing habits feels so hard. This is why most people give up. But successful people understand this biological truth, and they use it to their advantage instead of fighting against it. Listen to this story. 3 years ago, a woman named Jennifer owned a small bakery that was barely breaking even. She worked 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, and still could not pay her bills on time. She was stressed, exhausted, and ready to close down. Then she learned about the power of one small habit. Every morning at 5:30, before opening her bakery, Jennifer started spending just 15 minutes writing down 3 things she was grateful for and 3 goals she wanted to accomplish that day. Just 15 minutes. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, just pen, paper, and focus. Within 30 days, something changed. She started noticing opportunities she had missed before. She started having better conversations with customers. She started making better decisions about her business. By month 6, her profits had doubled. By year 2, she had opened 3 more locations. Today, Jennifer owns 12 successful bakeries across 4 cities and employs over 200 people. What happened? Did writing in a journal magically make her rich? No. That 15-minute habit created a compound effect in her thinking, her focus, and her actions. It made her 1% better each day, and 1% better each day becomes 37 times better in 1 year. This is mathematical certainty, not wishful thinking. Most people underestimate the power of small improvements because they cannot see immediate results. They want big changes fast. They want dramatic transformations overnight. But wealth, success, and happiness are built differently. They are built through small, consistent actions that compound over time. Think about this. If you improve just 1% every single day, in 70 days you will be twice as good as you are today. In 1 year you will be 37 times better. But if you get 1% worse every day, in 1 year you will be almost at zero. The difference between success and failure is not dramatic. It is tiny daily choices that compound into massive results. Here is what successful people know that average people do not. Your habits are your personal profit system. Every habit either pays you or costs you. Every habit either moves you toward your goals or away from them. Every habit either builds your future or destroys it. When you wake up early, you earn extra productive hours that compound into bigger achievements. When you read for 30 minutes daily, you gain knowledge that compounds into expertise. When you exercise regularly, you build energy that compounds into better performance. When you save money consistently, you create wealth that compounds into financial freedom. But when you sleep in, you lose productive hours that compound into missed opportunities. When you watch television instead of learning, you fall behind others who are growing. When you eat poorly, you lose energy that compounds into poor performance. When you spend impulsively, you lose money that compounds into financial stress. Your current life is the sum of your habits. Your bank account is the sum of your financial habits. Your health is the sum of your daily health choices. Your relationships are the sum of how you treat people consistently. Your career success is the sum of your work habits. Everything you have or do not have today is the result of habits you built or failed to build in the past. But here is the exciting news. Starting today, you can build new habits that will pay you forever. Starting today, you can create a personal profit system that works for you 24 hours a day, even while you sleep. Starting today, you can harness the same compound power that creates millionaires and builds empires. The question is not whether habits work. Science proves they work. The question is, which habits will you choose to build? Now that you understand the power of compound habits, let me show you exactly how to build them. Most people fail at building habits because they rely on motivation and willpower. But motivation comes and goes. Willpower gets tired. Systems work forever. Every habit has three parts. First, there's a trigger, something that tells your brain to start the behavior. Second, there is the routine, the actual behavior you perform. Third, there is the reward, something your brain gets for completing the behavior. When you understand these three parts, you can build any habit you want. Let me give you a simple example. Your phone buzzes. That is the trigger. You pick it up and check the message. That is the routine. You feel connected and informed. That is the reward. Your brain remembers this pattern and makes it automatic. This is why you check your phone without thinking about it. The same system works for good habits. You want to exercise every morning. Set your workout clothes next to your bed. When you wake up and see them, that is your trigger. You put them on and exercise for 20 minutes. That is your routine. You feel energized and accomplished. That is your reward after a few weeks. This becomes automatic, but here is the secret most people miss. You do not need perfect willpower. You need a perfect system. Willpower is like a muscle that gets tired, but systems run themselves when you build the right system. Good habits become easier than bad habits. The most successful people do not rely on motivation. They rely on what I call the 2% principle. Instead of trying to change everything at once, they improve just 2% each day. 2% is so small you barely notice it. But 2% daily compounds into massive results. If you want to read more, do not commit to 1 hour daily. Start with 2 pages. If you want to exercise regularly, do not plan 90-minute workouts. Start with 10 push-ups. If you want to save money, do not try to save half your income. Start by saving $2 daily. Small improvements feel easy, so you actually do them. And when you do them consistently, They grow automatically. Here is another powerful technique called habit stacking. You attach a new habit to something you already do automatically. You already brush your teeth every morning, so right after brushing your teeth, you read one page of a business book. You already drink your morning coffee, so while drinking coffee, you write in your journal. You already check your email at work, so right before checking email, you review your daily goals. The key is using habits you never miss as anchors for new habits you want to build. This works because your brain already has neural pathways for the old habit. You are just adding to an existing pattern instead of creating something completely new. Environment design is equally important. Make good habits obvious and bad habits invisible if you want to eat healthy. Put fruits on your kitchen counter and hide junk food in hard-to-reach places. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes where you cannot miss them. If you want to read more, put books on your pillow and put your phone in another room. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your willpower. When good choices are easy and bad choices are hard, you automatically make better decisions. This is why casinos have no clocks and grocery stores put candy at eye level near checkout counters. They design environments that encourage specific behaviors. Let me tell you about Robert, a busy executive who transformed his entire life using these principles. Robert worked 60 hours per week, had 3 young children, and felt overwhelmed every day. He wanted to improve his health, advance his career, and spend quality time with family, but had no time for anything. Instead of trying to change everything, Robert started with one keystone habit. Every morning at 5:30, he spent 10 minutes planning his day, just 10 minutes. This simple habit created a chain reaction. Planning made him more organized. Being organized saved him time. Extra time allowed him to exercise. Exercise gave him energy. More energy improved his work performance and family relationships within 6 months. Robert had built 7 life-changing habits: morning planning, daily exercise, weekly meal prep, reading industry news during lunch, calling one client daily, having device-free dinner with family, and reviewing goals every Sunday. All from one 10-minute keystone habit. You have heard that it takes 21 days to build a habit. This is completely false. Recent research shows that simple habits take an average of 66 days to become automatic. Complex habits can take much longer. But here is what matters more than time. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Missing one day does not matter. Missing 2 days in a row starts to break the pattern. Missing 3 days in a row destroys momentum completely. The goal is not perfection. The goal is getting back on track quickly when you slip. Think of habits like a bank account. Every time you perform the habit, you make a deposit. Every time you skip the habit, you make a withdrawal. As long as you have more deposits than withdrawals, your habit account grows stronger. But if you make too many withdrawals in a row, your account goes bankrupt and you have to start over. This is why starting small is so important. When habits are tiny, you can maintain them even on difficult days. When you maintain consistency, small habits naturally grow bigger. But when habits are too big from the start, you break the chain and lose all momentum. Your habit architecture is your success blueprint. Build the right triggers, routines, and rewards. Use the 2% principle. Stack new habits onto existing ones. Design your environment for success. Focus on consistency over perfection. When you master these fundamentals, building wealth-generating habits becomes inevitable. And let me show you the specific daily habits that separate high earners from everyone else. These are not theories, these are proven practices that wealthy people use to create and multiply their income year after year. How are they doing it? The first wealth-building habit is rising early. Millionaires wake up an average of 3 hours and 21 minutes before they need to be at work. Why? Because early morning hours are pure gold. No phone calls, no interruptions, no emergencies, just focused time to work on high-value activities that build your future. Studies show that people who wake up at 5 in the morning earn 64% more than people who wake up at 8. This is not about sleeping less. This is about controlling your most productive hours instead of giving them away to other people's urgent demands. You wake up early. You can exercise, plan your day, learn new skills, work on side projects, or think strategically about your goals. These activities do not feel urgent, but they create the biggest long-term impact on your income. The second habit is daily learning. Successful people spend at least 30 minutes every day learning something new in their field. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages daily. Bill Gates reads 50 books per year. The average CEO reads 60 books annually, while the average person reads less than one. Knowledge compounds faster than money. When you learn something new, it stays with you forever. When you apply that knowledge, it creates opportunities and increases your value in the marketplace. 30 minutes of daily learning equals 180 hours per year. That is equivalent to 4 full-time work weeks of education. But do not just read randomly. Focus your learning on skills that directly increase your earning ability. If you are in sales, study psychology and persuasion. If you manage people, learn leadership and communication. If you run a business, understand marketing and finance. Targeted learning creates targeted results. The third habit is relationship building. High earners spend time every day connecting with people who can help them achieve their goals. They make phone calls, send emails, attend events, and follow up with contacts. They understand that your network determines your net worth. Make it a habit to reach out to one new person in your industry each day. Comment thoughtfully on their social media posts. Share valuable articles with them. Introduce them to other useful contacts. Ask questions about their business challenges. Over time, these small interactions build into valuable professional relationships. The fourth habit is financial discipline. Wealthy people track every dollar they earn and spend. They save and invest a percentage of every paycheck before they pay any bills. They review their financial progress weekly and adjust their spending when necessary. Start by tracking your money for 30 days. Write down every expense, no matter how small. Most people are shocked to learn where their money actually goes. Once you track your spending, you can control it. Once you control your spending, you can redirect money toward investments that grow your wealth. Save at least 10% of your income automatically. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account every payday. When saving is automatic, you do not rely on willpower or remember to do it. The money disappears before you can spend it on something else. The fifth habit is taking care of your health. Your body is your most important asset for earning money. When you feel energetic and strong, you perform better at work, think more clearly, and have the stamina to pursue additional opportunities. Exercise releases chemicals in your brain that improve focus, memory, and decision-making. People who exercise regularly earn 9% more than people who do not. They also miss fewer work days due to illness and have more energy for side projects and networking events. The sixth habit is excellent communication. High earners are excellent communicators. They speak clearly, listen carefully, and write persuasively. They return phone calls promptly, respond to emails professionally, and follow through on their commitments consistently. Practice communication skills daily. Read your emails out loud before sending them. Record yourself giving presentations and listen for areas to improve. Join speaking organizations like Toastmasters. Take writing courses. Communication skills improve every aspect of your professional life and create opportunities others miss. Let me tell you about Catherine, a high school teacher who used these exact habits to build $1 million business while keeping her day job. Catherine started waking up at 5 every morning to work on her online course business. She spent 30 minutes daily learning about digital marketing. She built relationships with other course creators and potential customers through social media. She tracked every business expense and reinvested profits back into growth after 2 years of consistent daily habits. Catherine was earning more from her online business than from teaching after 4 years. She had multiple courses generating passive income and a team of virtual assistants handling customer service. Catherine never worked more hours than before. She just used her time more strategically through daily habits that compounded into extraordinary results. The 7th habit is goal setting and review. Successful people write down specific goals and review them daily. They break big goals into smaller monthly and weekly targets. They track their progress and adjust their strategies when they fall behind. Write down your top 3 goals every morning. Review your progress every evening. Ask yourself what you accomplished today and what you need to do tomorrow to stay on track. This daily review keeps your goals fresh in your mind and helps you make better decisions throughout the day. These 7 habits require less than 2 hours daily total, but they create income-generating compound effects that last for decades. The question is not whether you have time. The question is whether you will make time for activities that build your financial future instead of just maintaining your current situation. Building wealth, generating habits is only the beginning. The real magic happens when these habits compound over months, years, and decades. Let me show you exactly what to expect and how to make sure your habits pay you for the rest of your life in the first 30 days. You will feel resistance. Your brain will fight the new routines because they require energy and attention. You will have days when you want to quit. This is normal and expected. The key is pushing through this initial discomfort because month 2 is completely different. In month 2, your habits start feeling more natural. You begin seeing small improvements in your energy, focus, and results. Other people notice changes in your behavior and performance. You gain confidence that the system actually works. By month 3, the habits feel almost automatic. You perform them without thinking or struggling. Month 6 is when compound effects become obvious. Your daily learning habit has given you expertise that colleagues notice. Your networking efforts have created valuable business relationships. Your financial discipline has built a growing savings account. Your health improvements have increased your energy and productivity. People start asking what you are doing differently. Year 1 is transformational. Your accumulated knowledge makes you more valuable at work. Your professional network creates opportunities others do not see. Your financial habits have built an emergency fund and investment portfolio. Your health and energy levels allow you to take on bigger challenges and work on profitable side projects. By year 3, the compound effect becomes dramatic. Your expertise positions you as a leader in your field. Your network provides referrals, partnerships, and career opportunities. Your investments generate passive income. Your reputation for reliability and excellence opens doors to high-paying positions and consulting opportunities. After 5 years, your habits have created a completely different life. You have financial security, professional respect, and the energy to pursue bigger goals. After 10 years, the compound effect has made you wealthy, influential, and successful beyond what most people imagine possible. But here is what separates people who succeed long-term from those who start strong but fade away. You must have systems for handling setbacks and maintaining momentum when life gets difficult. First, expect setbacks and plan for them. You will get sick, go on vacation, face family emergencies, and deal with work crises when these disruptions happen. Do not try to maintain perfect habits. Instead, focus on minimum effective doses. If you normally exercise for 45 minutes, do 10 minutes. If you usually read for 30 minutes, read for 5 minutes. The goal is maintaining the pattern, not maintaining the intensity. Second, create accountability systems that keep you on track even when motivation disappears. Share your habits with a trusted friend or family member who will check on your progress. Join online communities of people building similar habits. Track your progress visually with a calendar or app that shows your streak of consecutive days. Third, build rewards into your system. When you complete a habit streak of 30 days, treat yourself to something special. When you reach 90 days, celebrate with a bigger reward. When you reach 1 year, plan something significant. Your brain needs positive reinforcement to maintain long-term behavior change. Fourth, upgrade your habits as you grow. The habits that take you from broke to comfortable are different from the habits that take you from comfortable to wealthy. As your skills, income, and opportunities increase, your habits must evolve to match your new level. When you first start building wealth, saving 10% of your income might be challenging, but as your income grows, 10% becomes easy and you can increase to 15 or 20%. When you first start learning, reading for 30 minutes might feel difficult, but as your reading speed and comprehension improve, you can handle more advanced books and longer reading sessions. Let me tell you about Thomas, a man who started building these habits 20 years ago when he was making minimum wage as a store clerk. Thomas began with simple habits. He woke up 1 hour earlier each day to read business books. He saved $5 from every paycheck. He wrote down 3 daily goals every morning. After 2 years, Thomas had learned enough about business to get promoted to assistant manager. His savings allowed him to take a business course at the local community college. After 5 years, he had enough knowledge and confidence to start a small consulting business on weekends. By year 10, his consulting business was earning more than his day job. He quit retail and focused on consulting full-time. By year 15, he had built a team of consultants and was earning 6 figures annually. Today, Thomas owns a successful consulting firm with 12 employees, has investments worth over $2 million, and mentors other people who want to build wealth through daily habits. The key to Thomas's success was not dramatic changes or lucky breaks. It was consistent daily habits that compounded over 20 years. Reading 30 minutes daily gave him expertise. Saving consistently built capital. Goal setting kept him focused on long-term vision instead of short-term comfort. Your habits create your identity. When you exercise daily, you become a healthy person. When you learn daily, you become a knowledgeable person. When you save money consistently, you become a wealthy person. When you network regularly, you become a connected person. Your habits shape not just what you do, but who you are. This identity change is powerful because it makes good choices automatic. Healthy people do not struggle to eat well or exercise because those behaviors match their identity. Wealthy people do not struggle to save money because spending wisely matches their identity. When your habits align with your identity, willpower becomes unnecessary. Here is your 90-day implementation plan. Choose one habit from each category we discussed. One morning routine habit like waking up early or planning your day. One learning habit like reading or taking online courses. One relationship habit like networking or improving communication. One financial habit like tracking expenses or automatic saving. One health habit like exercise or better nutrition. Start with minimum effective doses. Wake up 15 minutes earlier instead of 2 hours. Read 5 pages instead of 50. Save $5 instead of 50. Exercise for 10 minutes instead of 60. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Track your progress daily. Use a simple calendar and put an X on each day you complete all 5 habits. Your goal is to never break the chain. When you see a growing streak of X marks, you will feel motivated to continue. After 30 days, evaluate your progress and make small improvements. If waking up 15 minutes early feels easy, try 20 minutes. If reading 5 pages feels natural, try 10 pages. Gradually increase the intensity as the habits become automatic after 90 days. These 5 habits will feel natural, and you can add new ones or upgrade existing ones. But do not rush this process. Building habits that last requires patience and consistency, not speed and intensity. The person you become through consistent daily habits is more valuable than any specific goal you achieve. Goals are temporary achievements. Habits are permanent improvements to your character, skills, and capabilities. When you build the right habits, achieving goals becomes inevitable starting today. You have the knowledge and tools to build habits that will pay you forever. You understand the compound effect and how small actions create massive results. You know the architecture of habit formation and how to build systems that work automatically. You have specific examples of income-generating habits that wealthy people use daily. You have a plan for maintaining these habits long-term and upgrading them as you grow. Success is not about talent, luck, or circumstances. Success is about building the right habits and maintaining them long enough for compound effects to work their magic. Your financial future, professional success, and personal fulfillment all depend on the daily choices you make consistently over time. What matters most is not where you are today, but the direction you choose to move starting right now.